You're terrified of a room with nothing in it, not because it is empty, but because you are the only thing left inside. This is the great modern sickness, a fever of the soul that manifests as a frantic, desperate reach for anything that hums, vibrates, or speaks. You call it staying informed, you call it being connected, you call it entertainment, but let us name it for what it truly is, a cowardice so profound that you would rather be entertained by a fool than be left alone with a sage. Every moment of quiet is a trial you are failing. We have outsourced our internal life to the high-pitched static of the marketplace, and in doing so, we have surrendered the only territory that ever belonged to us. You think you are free because no one is whipping your back, yet you cannot endure 3 minutes of your own company without reaching for a digital narcotic to numb the onset of your own thoughts. The ancients knew that the mind is a citadel, but a citadel is useless if the commander has fled the gates. You have fled. You have abandoned the post. You wander the outskirts of your own existence, begging for the opinions of strangers and the flickering light of glass screens to tell you who you are, because the reality of who you are is a weight you lack the muscle to carry. We flee from silence because silence is a mirror, and the reflection it offers is never the one we have spent so much energy pretending to be. In the quiet, the social masks dissolve, the titles fall away, and the vanity of your pursuits is laid bare. Silence demands a reckoning. It asks the one question you have spent your entire life trying to avoid. If the noise stopped forever, what would be left of you? A man who cannot sit still in a chair for an hour without the itch of distraction is not a man. He is a patient in a ward of his own making. You are a slave to the external. Seneca warned that to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Yet you pride yourself on your reach, while your roots have rotted through from neglect. You possess a mountain of information and not a grain of wisdom, because wisdom requires the slow, agonizing digestion of experience in the dark. Instead, you swallow the world whole and wonder why you are starving. You have traded your sovereignty for a seat in a crowded theater, watching a play that has nothing to do with you, while the real drama of your character remains unwritten. This avoidance is not a harmless habit. It is a spiritual retreat, a white flag raised against the possibility of virtue. You cannot know yourself if you have never met yourself, and you cannot meet yourself in a crowd. We use noise as an anesthetic against the realization of our own mortality and the triviality of our daily anxieties. We shout so that we do not have to hear the clock ticking. We fill the air with garbage so that we do not have to face the void. But the void is where the work begins. Marcus Aurelius spoke of the inner retreat, the place where a man can find total tranquility. But you have paved over your retreat to build a shopping mall for your ego. You are a stranger in your own house, wandering the halls with a flashlight, afraid to turn on the main switch because you might see how much dust has settled on your soul. Consider the indignity of your condition. You have been given the capacity for reason, the ability to commune with the divine order of the universe, and you use it to count the likes on a post or to argue with ghosts in a digital ether. You are a Roman emperor who has decided to spend his days cleaning the sewers of a foreign city while his own palace burns. True self-knowledge is a violent act. It requires the courage to stand in the stillness until the illusions die of starvation. It requires the strength to look at your failures, your petty jealousies, and your inevitable end without reaching for a distraction to soften the blow. Most people will never do this. They will go to their graves surrounded by the chatter of the world, never having heard the sound of their own voice. They are the walking dead, animated by the opinions of others, hollowed out by the fear of the quiet. If you wish to be more than a leaf blown by the wind of public opinion, you must learn to kill the noise. You must embrace the silence as if it were a battleground, for that is exactly what it is. It is the place where the false self is executed so that the true self may breathe. Do not seek the easy comfort of the many. Seek the difficult solitude of the one. The world wants you distracted because a distracted man is a predictable man. A man who can sit in silence is a dangerous man, for he has discovered that he needs nothing from the world to be whole. He has looked into the abyss and found that the abyss is merely a mirror. Stop running. Put down the trinkets. Close the door. You have spent your entire life building a cage of sound, only to realize the person you were hiding from was the only one who could have set you free.